Hi, beautiful. Welcome to my channel. I am EBINOTTI, and today we are doing the new moon readings. If you haven't been following along on this moon cycle, that's okay. You can check out the channel. We've got a few of the elementals up already, and we're working with the elements again today. So cheers to you if you're sitting down and getting into your own self-help, your self-development, spiritual alignment, anything to do with the alignment of your energy to produce and be centered and all that goodness. You'll have to forgive me today for my mental capacity because it is a little bit low. So we've got some cozy vibes going on around here. It is winter where I'm located on the planet. We are in the west coast of Canada. If you don't know, I'm in Kitimat, BC, and it is clear skies, beautiful sunny day. Oh yes, indeed. But in the wintertime, that means it's going to be cold. Very, very, very cold. You might hear my heat kicking in and out. Sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. It is quite frigid. Okay, so elementals are up on the channel. You can check them out. Today we are going to be working with the element of earth. It was really a toss-up between earth and water. I personally wanted to do water today, and it is earth that is being called first. So cheers to you if you're getting cozy on this frigid day. If you're curious about coffee, if you love the coffee game like we do around here, I'm drinking a Nescafe sweet and creamy. I've got about 1.5 in here because that's quite a lot of water for that little, if you know Nescafe sweet and creamy, it's like a pre-made coffee. It comes in a little packet, but the water content can really mess up the flavor. So anyways, enough about the coffee. Let's get into the earth element today, shall we? We're gonna hold on to that because that is quite perfect right now. Okay, so quick overview with new moon Aquarius. Aquarius is an air element. That means we are in Aquarius season and the new moon is the real pow. It's an opportunity, a gateway, if you will, to bring in some new energy, to reset. I mean, especially this time of year with winter being here in full effect. I know some people are starting to like feel spring already. We almost wanted to, but we know better up here. So it's February 1st, February 2nd-ish. We know we have to lean into winter, and that means reflection, relaxation, hibernation mode. It's just what it is. The weather really dictates the energy levels sometimes. Okay, so Aquarius being the air element sign, again, my air energy today is just, it's not the energy I'm going to work with because it's not there for me. Okay, but regardless, we will get through this. Aquarius being the eldest of the air element signs, it can get really choppy in the headspace at times. It's not like it's your fault or anything. It's just sometimes you need to do some upgrading and other times you need to do some recovery. You need to chill it out a little bit. So you need to take that how it resonates for you, okay? This time of year, for a lot of us in the Divine Feminine Collective, tuning in and aligning with this kind of energy, a lot of us feel this time of year being a very difficult season for us. And if you look back, you can probably see the cycles of it. Certain seasons, certain months always tend to be a difficult one for you. And if Aquarius is that season for you, like it is for a lot of us, it's because it's the eldest air sign and it's the third eye, it's the throat chakra, it's all of your knowledge, wisdom, information, and it's your truth as you know it, the truth you tell yourself and the truth that you understand from the world, or in contrast, the lies you tell yourself, the lies you tell to the world, okay, can block up these chakras very quickly. So sometimes we don't want to see and we don't want to know the truth. So when we avoid or resist what's right in front of us, or especially if it's on our spiritual path, it gets choppy, okay? So leaning into the idea that we are all forced sort of into Aquarius season and the reflection on this energy, we can bring in some new stuff. If it's been stagnant, if it's been racing, too much energy going through the portal that is the mind, we need to, rebalance. We need to focus those two arenas and rebalance whichever is really calling to us right now. And when we read the earth element now, So again, not to confuse you or anything, but we read on the moon cycles, and the moon cycle currently is new moon Aquarius, but the element that we're going to read today is earth. So earth comes in to ground us. That is the root chakra. That is divine feminine energy. It's a really powerful healing energy. If it's not obvious, the earth heals us, you know, and we try to heal the earth, but probably in some of our opinions aren't doing a very good job of that, are we? So let's bring that energy out for ourselves right now to the best of our ability, and focus on healing, focus on that alignment and that centering, that balancing, you know, of whatever it is. We like to break it down with the chakras because they are pools of energy that are specifically working with different, you know, emotional things and psychological things for the human. This is the machinery that we were given to work with. So let's understand it, right? And there's many different ways that we can approach this. So work with whatever works for you. And if you aren't sure where to start, you know, I will give you the philosophy that we use around here. So cheers to you. I don't know what we are going to do today. It feels like a hangout, but we are definitely here to read the cards. So don't worry. I've already got our decks picked out. We will get through this today. This is going to be a real fun one, a real interesting one. But there is, you know, a type of resistance or frigidity to the energy today. And it's really, it's feeling a little prickly, a little crunchy. When we look outside into nature, I love to, you know, give this as an energetic kind of reflection, healing, somewhere to analyze, somewhere to analyze what's going on within us. Take a look outside. Your environment impacts you whether you realize it or not. Today, the clear skies are so beautiful and the sun is so bright, and we don't get like a ton of sunshine in northwestern Canada, but you know, we have a ton of sunshine today, almost to the point where it's like, oh shit, where are my sunglasses? Like, I need to drive and I can't fucking see. Okay, so it's like, it's beautiful. You don't want to complain it away now. But at the same time, it's like we do have to kind of adjust, right? There's an adjustment period with the eyes, you go outside, it takes time for your body to convert to the new atmosphere that you've just thrown it into willy-nilly, you know? So playing catch up, working with the system as a whole, okay? Your mind is on one track, your spirit's on another, and then you have this physical body to like carry around or get you around or do amazing things with. So really trying to find Aquarius as a moon energy for us all to be under and working with right now is really going to help us in the mind, as long as the mind is not the enemy. Okay, we can't have the mind out of balance and then try to use it as the thing that's going to fix it. So know thyself on that one. You have to discern kind of where you're at. Cheers to you. Okay. It's so warm and it's so delightful, and I don't want to put it down, but I'm going to because it's time to do the work. Okay, first I'm going to move our tarot deck out of the way because I already picked it. I already know what we're using. If you're curious about the decks I use in these readings, my entire collection is listed down in the description box. Do check that out. I typically name the decks as we pull the cards because I do love the artwork. And it's such a great creative season right now to discuss art or get involved in art on our own. Beautiful healing energy, inspiring energy to give you energy, if that makes sense. Okay, so typically anything you need from me is down in the description box, all my offers, etc. If you don't know, personal readings for me are available, and better than available, they're 50% off. What? That's right. For the rest of the winter season, it is struggle season, and we are not going to make it any harder on you if you have healing, alignment, or just need a little bit of that guidance, okay? Can't quite hear it, can't quite get it, need the support, need the validation. Nothing wrong with that. So that's 50% off with the code word muffin. All you need to know, it's a friends and family discount, so do make sure you share that information with your friends and family who might also be interested or in need. Code word muffin, 50% off. And that's right up until March 9th on my birthday. And then for the last 2 weeks of the winter season before the spring equinox, we are going to launch something special, okay? Please leave a comment if you feel like commenting on the video. Share with the collective how the reading was resonating for you, or anything that you think can help the collective. Synchronicities are something that we all try to attune to so that we can hear them, align to so we can hear them. So share your synchronicities if you want to. Okay, I could just shuffle this deck forever. I love it right now. The energy is so wonderful. Okay, let's see here. We are using to start us off the Crystal Oracle, and on the bottom with Chlorite, we get healing energy. Yes, we do. So this is just a theme to get us started. First card we're all going to see together. It's not about buying the crystals with this deck. It's really not. Feel free to shop your little booty off if you want to. If you don't know me personally, I do love to shop, but it's not about consumerism. It's not about materialism. It's truly about beauty, pleasure, creation, inspiration, alignment, healing. This is what we do together. We heal so that we can align, so that we can activate. Okay, babies? These cards are all over today. So the wind is really trumping us up here today. So if you haven't watched the air element reading under New Moon Aquarius, do you know that that's an air element? Yeah, I would go watch that one. It's a good one. Anything that's called to on the channel, these are timeless readings, okay? So take it on your timeline. Rhodochrosite, child within. Rhodochrosite. I can't remember exactly how to say this one, but I have seen it. It's a beautiful stone. Look at the fire energy in our border here. That is some fire energy, baby. The child within, I mean, it's warm. It's feeling very warm as opposed to like the need to burn up or create a border of fire as defense. This is feeling just very warm, almost incubation. So this is going to be our theme for the bottom of the deck now. It's going to stay face up on the altar as we pull all the rest of our cards. The child within. We saw healing, we saw child within. Okay, let's see what we get as our card today. This is why we shuffle live, my friends. This is why we shuffle live, because you can't make this shit up. Fluorite with self-discipline. We saw this for the fire element reading under this new moon. Fire element reading under this new moon. You see the synchronicities, my love. And under that, because I'm biased, I just saw it and I have to show it to you. Release with aquamarine. That's some Pisces energy, baby, and I am a Pisces. Okay, that's our birthstone, aquamarine. That might be hitting for you, but we are all gonna cross into Pisces season, and this stone, aquamarine, and this energy of release is going to be important soon when it comes to crossing into Pisces season. Okay, so we get the new moon, the full moon, and then we cross into Pisces and we get the new moon Pisces. That's going to be our next new moon reading. Under that, I have to, under that, the reason obsidian with protection is relevant, one of my favorite stones to work with, okay? I don't work with a lot of stones, I just like them. So I started working with them energetically because I respect and appreciate on the deepest levels nature, and I'm so grateful for it. But this card was also under our bottom of the deck for the same reading that we got this card in. So this time we're going to show it, okay? Protection energy. Do you think these nails are black because, I mean, yes, we have the goth kid inside, but this is a protection energy. If you see me wearing all black, or if you're somebody who leans into the like paint it black, or, you know, metal, as I'm dating a metal guy. If you don't know, my guy is super into metal, and the thing I notice most and respect the most about the dark, the black, the anything like that is it really comes down to protection as a core value. Okay, so being our card for the reading with fluorite, again, another stone, one of the few stones that I truly work with almost on a daily basis, fluorite. Self-discipline is relevant right now because what time of year is it? It's new year, new me. It's our resets, our routines, this military discipline, like the discipline that people in the military have, that routine, that regiment, the skill set, you know, the training and the time put in and the all of that stuff. It's feeling very much so that kind of discipline. So it's not about somebody telling you what to do or what you should be doing. under new moon Aquarius. Aquarius is a very self-righteous type of energy. It doesn't like to listen to others. I mean, it likes to listen to others to, you know, acquire knowledge, but it always is the one to make the decision in the end. It's a very powerful energy, being the eldest. Okay, the eldest of the earth signs. It's like your self-discipline doesn't need to come from others, but it does need to come from you right now. So when you make a promise to yourself, you make sure you keep that promise. Did you hear me? I'm gonna say it again. When you make fucking promises to yourself right now, make sure you keep them. You didn't have to make that promise. Okay, so we're getting very clear, and there's a lot of shadow coming into it. So I'm assuming, like, when we get into the tarot, if it's relevant, we'll see that. But don't worry too much. Remember, this is earth element that we're reading today, so we can always get grounded in our physical body, our physical home, right? Creating those. It's a great time of year to declutter, my loves. And if you're lazy, you know, that's the key. Under new moon Aquarius, reading earth energy anytime in the next 2 weeks, okay? If you're feeling lazy, do a bit of cleaning and decluttering within your home. It'll bring all of the freshness, all of the energy that you're seeking back to you, okay? So you don't have to get everything done that you haven't done in the last, you know, however long. But you do need to focus on maybe one thing, 1, 2, 3 things would be even better, you know, but work with what you got right now, because there's a lot of healing. Again, we've done a few of the elementals for reading this moon energy that we're going to be going through for 2 weeks anyways. So we've already seen how there are some physical and spiritual things going on within the body that we don't always have the energy to get everything we want to get done. And we do have to surrender to some extent. But earth energy is not about surrendering, okay? I mean, to some degree, all feminine elements would be about surrender, but it's not feeling that way right now, okay? Earth and water being the feminine elements. Earth is the masculine of those two elements, okay? So it pairs up with air, new moon Aquarius, very nicely. But at the same time, you know, if you're forced to surrender and you don't want to, just find a way to play a little game with yourself where you get what you want out of it anyways, not in a gross way, right? We're not doing manipulation, but I mean, play a little game. You have to do the dishes, put on a video, you know, let yourself watch Netflix, or, you know, you like need to relax, and you just need to like tune your mind out. So you lay down and you watch Netflix for the evening, but the next day you produce better because you've relaxed, right? Find those happy mediums with yourself, compromise with yourself, and only surrender in your environment. Try not to compromise too much in your environment right now, because it's really about the focus and reflection on self, okay? We need the self to be smashing right now. And the message so far is child within and self-discipline. We're going to need some me time here. Okay, let's see what the Dragon Oracle has to say about it. We just crossed the Chinese Lunar New Year, which means we are no longer in the year of the dragon. This is the Dragon Oracle. And we've crossed into the year of the snake, which is about wisdom and healing. In the biggest ways, that creature, the snake, as an animal spirit, a totem, a medicine, as a familiar, it could be anything for you because you choose to co-create with nature and spirits like animals. But the snake as a symbol is about wisdom, healing, okay? And yeah, a snake can kill you, but it can also save your life. So nature's a fickle friend, if you will. We've seen this dragon before, and I'm loving the energy, air and water, okay? This was the combination I was trying to get for us today, because I really wanted to sit down and do the water element under new moon Aquarius, but it was earth that was called. And it's feeling really touch and go, prickly, crunchy with the energy anyway. So I'm not surprised to see this beautiful dragon out here for us. The air and water dragon helps you to connect to higher frequencies here, and that's why if you're having like crazy brain pain, your eyes are fucking sensitive to the light or something, or you like need to be in the sun, like there's something you're like, I need it. No, it's because of the air that we're all under. No, it's because of the upper chakras, right? And the need to connect to higher frequencies is like, you really want to keep it in the higher frequencies right now. Do not go dark. Do not get rooted in, like, do not get grounded in the root chakra and rooted in that chakra and then go dark. This is like the worst choice that you could make right now, because you'll do nothing but feel like shit, and then your body will actually be like shit, and then it'll be harder to get out of it. Okay, so even if you have to spend the next 4 hours, 8 hours watching Netflix to stay in alignment, okay? Excuse me. Air and water dragon helps you to tune to higher frequencies. The advice: trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, and express your inner song. There you go. There's the child within. Expressing that inner song. Okay, so again, that's the note. If you're all chunky in this, discipline. Discipline is the biggest one. And also, you know, what do you do for the child within when it's not feeling very good, or you give so much grace and so much love and so much, you know, coddling, attention, all of the beautiful things. So make sure you're doing that for yourself right now. You're going to need it. Okay, that's kind of, or it's going to come up, and that's going to be something to help you along in the healing. Otherwise you get stuck in it, right? On the bottom of the deck now for our reading, because we have 2 cards came out. The Silver Dragon, which illuminates your potential with higher light. I don't know that we've ever seen this dragon before on the channel. Silver. Yesterday, gold. So like, I think the reading before we did air, which would be new moon Aquarius is the air element, very powerful. It was all gold and diamonds, and it was like, whoa, royal colors, gold, diamonds, now silver. Like, we've got the precious metals and the precious stones and the precious child within type of energy here. Okay. The advice: access untapped resources. I don't know why this is so hard. Look into your soul. Oh, see higher possibilities, untapped resources. You see that key? What element would you guess that key was? If not fire, huh? That's just so beautiful. So, another thing, because we were seeing so much fire energy here with the child within, and then we've got the key being fiery. So it's like subtle hinting at fire when you look at these cards, as opposed to it, and it's like pink and blue, the colors of like the child and the little boy, the little girl, you know. Okay. So if you can follow my crazy today, this is how we're doing it. A lot of the inner child work is going to really help. And the reason isn't because the inner child actually needs help. It's because the shadow does. Self-discipline is our shadow getting in the way, okay? And that's the problem. This should be easy. We should have mastered this generations ago. And why haven't we? Because actively our environment is trying to distract and get us to overconsume and just destroy the system, right? So we've decided now, no, we aren't going to destroy the system. We want to be cohesive. We want to be in synchronicity so that everything is aligned and activated within our system. We can do the best of our ability. Okay, so this is working on our abilities now in a big way. And let's see what the dragons have to say to support that. The altar is just falling apart here. Everything's wobbling all of a sudden, and it's windy outside, and I have no control, and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay. Wow. I don't even need to look to know exactly who these two are, okay? Kuan Yin and the Black Dragon. Now, if you've been around for the moon cycles, you've seen this baby. Black Dragon, it's mama energy, and it's not just Earth Mother energy, it's cosmic mother energy, okay? So highly protected, your little growth and your little seed in there. No wonder. Do you see the border of fire? Literally a fire-breathing creature creating borders around you so that your inner child can heal, so that you can feel safe. Kuan Yin as an energy, also so beautiful. This is a goddess energy as well. So the spirit of the Christ in feminine form. That's how I've always seen this, is like a twinning with Jesus kind of energy, the compassionate one, the one who is very healing, but doesn't take shit either. It's like the idea of one day I'm going to be a father, one day I'm going to be a mother, and the way you would protect things. That's a dark, not dark, but like natural strength to have in the compassion of Kuan Yin or Jesus, Christ energy. Okay, so let's read these two. The Black Dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential potential, something we hate to see wasted, especially as parents, right? Or even children. We hate to see wasted potential. So you are cocooned right now in the most powerful way. And the advice, meditate and reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. Okay, what do you want? You want it gold, you want it diamond, you want it goddess-like, you want to be pure energy. Like, what are you trying to create in the vessel from spirit? Okay, very beautiful. Meditate and reflect. So downtime, I came into the reading and just needed to, and also wanted to, just sit and kind of look out at the mountains, beautiful mountains. If you don't know how beautiful the mountains are up in northwestern Canada, let me tell you, stunning. I share all kinds of images and stuff for that type of inspiration too. I try to take you out into my environment and show you how I interact with nature. So again, make sure you're checking out EBINOTTI on Instagram, the Facebook page. Wonderful stuff there. Kuan Yin's Pink Dragon, okay, brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. Firm love, okay, that's a higher wisdom because it understands where your potential is still maybe naive, sharp around the edges. You still have maybe some emotional things to deal with. And this is the, Kuan Yin is the type of energy where you have a mentor who already knows. It's like when they might not ever say this to you, and it's very like Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid with it, but when they look at you, they see a young version of themselves. So they also understand some of your flaws, your weaknesses. Again, the military training just coming in so hard right now. It's like whether you're thinking of going to the military or signing up for university classes, that's like a regimented thing, right? Any of that institutionalized corporate military energy, or you're just bringing that type of discipline. We've seen it with fluorite in for yourself. Okay, you get this sort of mentorship. Now, for very few of us in the spiritual community, this is feeling like guided, okay? And you're going to be working with a force that is not channeling, but trusting. It's like there's going to be animals, there's going to be your spirit guides and team, and somebody new as well within that group. Kuan Yin resets your karmic balance. The advice, see all your cords dissolved by transcendent love. Love that. And it says, enjoy your freedom. Oh my God. Look for the divine around you. Okay. And that's Kuan Yin. I am seeing so many wonderful things. Let's get into the earth element, okay? Because the earth energy is so strong right now. What do you want to do? Okay, do you want to start a business? Do you want to travel? Do you want to create a product? There's something in the physical world that you are being very much so called to lean into the possibility with discipline. Okay, for some of us, like myself, you're writing schedules and the discipline is to just fucking stick to them because you know what you're doing, do it. For others of us, it's like you're gonna have to intuitively kind of just trust yourself to walk the path because you have no idea what the creation is. You just know you want $46.5 million, okay? Like as soon as it can be delivered to you, you are ready and willing to accept it. Here we go. And in the meantime, you know, maybe you have some serious goals as well. So cheers to you as we pick out the tarot. I said we already had the card picks and we do cards picked. I'm not dyslexic. I don't know what. The mental space is just going through it today. So we're going to use as much of the wind and the air energy to clear the space. Not to mention while the sun is shining, the sun brings clarity to the third eye that's really special and unique. So you don't have to be in the sunshine. You don't even have to have the sun shining in front of you if you really want to meditate. But if you don't want to meditate, just get some sun on your skin, okay? Because that'll do it. Same thing. And there's a big message coming through for the collective too. Don't think for 1 second in your human existence that you know all the ways from point A to point B, because you don't. It's not even just a physical world. There's all kinds of things going on dimensionally, which is energetically, okay? We aren't even really taught to tap into the fourth dimension of space. They kind of try to taint that up mentally for us. So if you're leaning into philosophies and science and spirituality, it's a great time to do that. Surprisingly, even though the mind doesn't have everything to give every moment of the day, and the masculine might not either, note for the feminines out there, there are times when the mind will be there for you, because it's what the mind does, right? It does have a specific niche, each one of our connections, right, to the brain. So you can really get into some research projects right now, and man, the brain is just sponging up so much fucking information. That's the problem. So here's some advice if you've been feeling it up in the mental space under the new moon Aquarius is, if you're really struggling to get into alignment there or use your brain, try not to use it as a tool to problem solve. The heart actually does that, and the gut way better than this brain does anyways. This can be like the, put it in English kind of energy. But what it's doing really well right now is problem solving in a receiving way. Allow the brain to not be the tool that you're using, like eyesight or something like that. Like, don't use it to like 1 + 2 = 75. Do it in the absorption rate. Just keep just putting stuff in there. Don't worry about sorting it out. You can sort later. Don't worry too much about like, how, connecting all the dots. Let it do that for you and bring you ideas. At the very least, you're gonna see who's up in there other than you, okay? If there's any of that energy going on for the collective, cheers to you. I definitely support your clarity, okay? Yeah, the silver dragon calling for a second just to say, use those untapped resources, okay? And for the things that you're always using, like the brain, she needs a break, okay? The brain needs a break, so let it do what it's meant to do. If we misuse different parts of the system, we get imbalance, okay? And we don't want that. So we're learning to listen to the body here with the earth element. That's what it's about. There's a wisdom, there's a language, and your body knows your spirit and your mind way better than your mind knows your body, honestly. Like, so your body will learn, your body will speak to you in all kinds of different ways until you understand the message. And the body knows how you think, and that's what it's trying to talk to you about. So trust the body and get the mind on board. The mind is so incredible at doing what it does. If we can get past the fuckery out here trying to get the system to be out of alignment, okay? So we're getting into alignment all the way from the mind down to the root, baby. And we don't even want to open the crown right now. If you've been called to wear hats, cover your head, not show your hair, or you're really focused on the health of your hair, all of those energies are because the crown needs to be a little bit better protected. Think of it like this. Like, you just need to do a better job of protecting what's coming in from the crown chakra, or maybe like clear up what you're shooting out. Like, if you pray, but you are so frustrated all the time, you don't even know what's, ask and you shall receive is about praying with desire, praying with lack even, but you really don't want to be approaching that from lack, especially right now under Aquarius, when it's like about the wisest ones. Like, if you're not the wisest one, like maybe just take a bench for the rest of the season when it comes to like, desperation prayers. Like, ooh. I mean, your guides, you can pray to your guides and stuff, and we are all God's children, creator, universe, and that's cool. So you really have to go with what's called for you there, but just feeling the need to give the collective a little bit of advice to help keep the mental space clear and not feeling like we're so alone, okay? Because that's all fear and all of that. And yes, the inner child in the shadow, they want to see it again, and that's fucking great, man. I love it. So pink, pink, black, you know, this is a pink black vibe. Okay, I'm not into that Korean pop music, but the girls there with the style and the vibe, the little teenage me, which is Shadow is your teenager if you don't know. Shadow was just like into it for a second there. So I've always loved the color combination black and pink. Maybe that's sticking out for you in your creative arenas. It's a great time for painting, putting new outfit ideas together, doing new projects in the arena of just for you. It's just the things that you do to feel good, and, you know, making it less about the chore of getting dressed and more about the enjoyment of wearing clothing and being a woman and, you know, doing you, baby. Even just, I hugely get off on having the right outfit for the right occasion. Like, and if you don't know, we have the beauty channel. EBINOTTIbeauty is out here trying to do the most for you guys. So head over there if you're struggling in those arenas as well. It happens to the best of us. Okay, but taking the chore out of things, so setting ourselves up for success. Again, discipline. Okay, do you make your bed every morning? Do you have routines around your chores? Do you have self-care routines, hygiene routines? Okay, things you do for yourself and things you do because we are human and we must. Okay, so taking whatever level we have to work with there and really working with it, even if, like I said, 8 to 10 hours of Netflix is the level. Nothing wrong with that, baby. No shame. You would do that for your inner child in a heartbeat. Okay, if they had a really bad day, bad week, bad month, we act accordingly, man. When we see our babies going through this stuff, it breaks our fucking heart because we know how hard it is and we want to do the most for them. So bring that energy into your life, okay, in whatever way is necessary. Getting into the tarot now, we are working with the Mermaid Tarot today. Beautiful new deck. New deck to the channel. 10 of Wands, again, speaking on that burden. Okay, it's hard. The 10 of Wands is a heavy, heavy, heavy energy, and it just means that you must now surrender to the things that you cannot do, the energy you cannot give, okay, because you have something you have to do. Something is taking priority here. It's trumping all other things, and in order to complete this task, this situation, this goal, this project, whatever it is, something needs to be done here. It needs to take priority, and nothing else can be prioritized above that until it is complete. Otherwise, it was all for naught. It was all in vain. It was all a waste of time, energy, money. Okay, so let's not do that. Let's focus right now, no matter how frustrating that is. It is not a forever energy. It is just a right now. Okay, priorities mean right now. And that is a huge surrendering energy for the earth element, for the feminines out here, because we do often want to use masculine energy to get things done and be the one in control of the situation. But you're not surrendering here to other human things or to human weakness. You are surrendering here to divine. And that's the only surrender. Okay, very important specifics there for the collective. Nothing for the tarot yet. What is up? Let's take a sip here. There's nothing really to look at. Okay, so rainbow wants to be spoken on. Under the bottom of the deck, every time I've picked up this card to show it to you, I've seen the rainbow dragon, which now is being called to speak on. So rainbow dragon brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Again, that inner child energy just being so beautiful and showing us like no child hesitates to say what it wants, ask for what it wants, as long as it hasn't been taught not to or scared out of it. Every child is just like, I want ice cream. I want to go to the park. What are we doing today? Every day is a new day because they're new to it, right? They haven't been jaded or broken, become bitter. Okay, so learning a lot from the inner child today. The advice, have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. Accept opportunities. Oh my God, under rainbow Omega, we saw Omega from yesterday. I can't remember if she came out with blue and gold. Oh my goodness, the synchronicities. We're going to keep going. The Omega dragon. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. Okay, so this is why the inner child has a border of fire, because they are the ultimate creators. Every day is a new day, baby. If you're really jaded, maybe you need to get around children, right? Like do some babysitting for your friend or whatever, because you don't have kids or something like that. You know, be the coach a basketball team. I just heard, hell yeah. If you don't know how to get into something physically right now for yourself, go do it for others. Like become that dance teacher, the yoga teacher, the sports teacher, the start up a free class for, you know, or a daycare, like with your friends and family, like do some nanny work around children and see, like, you know, it's definitely an energy. It's been called. Expect miracles, accept opportunities. Big message for the collective, okay? And the inner child, again, unless they're taught not to, that's the way they live. They accept every opportunity that they desire to say yes to. Nothing gets in the way. They don't have that resistance unless they've learned to. And they expect miracles, you know, and you should too. Especially with energy in the collective, it's feeling really powerful. And that's not just for me, that is for the collective, okay? The divine feminines out here can really be the vessel, the call to the attraction, the attractive one. So if you're really struggling with being like, listen, I need to like do stuff, I need to problem solve, and you need to be masculine about it, put so much energy into manifesting, attracting, aligning, and pump, because everybody who knows the secret and the law of attraction and becoming the vessel, alignment and all that, you know that it's really an output energy. And once you master the alignment, you can start to output. First, they teach you what the alignment is, and that's what I teach too. Then they tell you how to harness it, meaning hold on to it for as long as you can. And once you start to flex those muscles, the point is to be good at outputting the right frequencies so that the thing out there feels it and comes right to you, like moth to a flame energy. Wow, I'm like all jacked up all of a sudden. Holy, we started with one energy and we're moving into another, and I find that so powerful and so beautiful. So earth element under new moon Aquarius doing the most right now. Cheers to you. If you hear anything in the background, that is just babe. So there's a kitty around here too somewhere. She does not show up very often. I'm always so envious. That's probably not the word, but I really love so much when people's cats are in their readings and my Kiwi has no desire, like zero. She came, I think, one time, maybe 2 times. You guys have met Kiwi. Too many. On the bottom, I see the 4 of Wands, though. We'll see if that comes back for us. Okay, we're going to breathe. For full moon, that's hilarious because the next full moon is going to be a really interesting one with full moon Leo. If the fire energy is something you enjoy working with especially as divine feminines, we really do. What was I going to say? As soon as the blow dryer came on, I was like, air? As you know, air is not working very well for me today. And if you know even more so, then you know air is my challenge element. We all get a challenge, baby. You can't have strength without weakness. Air is my challenge element. And it's just like, I'm not going to stay in this energy outside of this reading today. You best believe. Okay, so we got 2. They're on the floor. We're back. Excuse me while I get my whole ass hair out of the way here. And there's hair on the cards because it's how we roll, baby. First card out, holy shista. Major Arcana 13, the Death card. Okay, don't let fear-mongering get you right now because it ain't worth it. And it ain't the dang truth, okay? This death energy is about from the caterpillar to the butterfly. I heard moth screaming at me and I'm like, we like it beautiful around here. I'm going with the butterfly, but the moth, the moth medicine is about wisdom, okay? Connecting to the upper realms. and acquiring wisdom. So your Akashic records may be calling in a big way here. A lot of us have settled in this transformation already, and we know what this discipline is really needs to be for us, okay? So this is the energy we are starting off the reading with. If anybody's struggling with this energy still, we support you in your transformation, because it's about release. The Death card is about releasing things, and that's not always easy for us. When we resist it, we can really struggle emotionally with Kuan Yin, the baby's out here with the child within. You know, we've already seen the tenderness, okay, around death, and death, you know, could be a real thing that you're going through, the loss of it right now. So we hold that safe space and that loving, caring energy for you as you go through your transformations. Second card out. This is why most of the collective, it's not about the physical loss of somebody, the death of someone we love, but it's about the transformation. First two cards, the only two cards we've seen so far. Major Arcana 13, Death. Major Arcana 10, the Wheel of Fortune. What was the card on the bottom of the deck when we started? You remember? It was the 10 of Fire, baby. So all Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune, rules Minor Arcana. And we've got 10-10 energy with 13, which is already like a magical, you know, quantum type of energy in our timeline, right? You either gave in to 13 or you didn't, in terms of that rebellious spirit. So the Wheel of Fortune is your good fortune. Lots of good fortune, lots of beautiful opportunities as the wheel spins for the collective. It's like got a game show kind of energy, which it doesn't always, and I'm loving that. It's also got a mystical energy. There's like a Pegasus energy coming in here, the type of horse where everybody rides horses, but yours has wings, and it's like, what do you mean your horse has wings? And it's like, no, it flies. Like my horse flies. And everyone's like, the horses don't fly. And you're like, well, mine does. So there's a really special energy coming in there. It's unique and it's for you. It's a gift, okay? One of your natural gifts that you can align to. How many times am I going to say the word align for you in this reading today, okay? So we're doing, like we do, a 5-card spread. We've got our first two out, looking for that central energy, okay? And the cards are really taking their time today, which means they're getting specific. Each message, one stuck to my hand, like, come on. Each message is a specific message. So here, reading the earth element for us all to work with under the new moon Aquarius, which, like it or not, you are working with. Central energy is the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Water. So many gifts that it becomes a burden. The opportunities being so big and so wonderful that if we are distracted, we lose. Okay, and you don't lose anything, you just don't gain, which is a loss. Okay, be disciplined enough to not be distracted by the two most tempting, most perverted, tainted, distorted cups within those 7, okay? Because all 5 of the rest of them would have been a great choice for you. So this is really getting to know the lesser energy that you have been challenged with. So, you know, your own personal demons, we like to call it. This is getting to know that energy really, really well. If you are not disciplined right now, you will not achieve this. And it doesn't mean that you lose anything. This death is not about loss in terms of from what you have physically right now. You're not going to lose health. You're not going to lose wealth. You're just not going to acquire what is yours, which huge loss, health, wealth, happiness, like alignment, all of the things. So there is the warning. It's a pretty serious one in the mental, like my mind, my voice want to talk to your mind and tell you, do not fuck this up for us. Okay. It's like, and I don't mean us, me and you. I mean, like my mind is telling my mind right now and the rest of the system, do not fuck this up for us. So the 7 of Cups being a confusing emotional energy. This is why it's confusing, because you're not required to use your mind, your logical mind, okay? It's not about reacting, it's about responding, okay? And that means taking the time to let things naturally take their time to be processed, the adjustment, okay? You can want to run out into the blinding sunlight and do something really precise, but you can't see. Okay, so unless you're going to allow the adjustment period, you're not going to be able to see this clearly. And it's exciting too. It's got a really like winning the lottery and holy fuck, all of a sudden shit hits the fan, but it's like in the most miraculous way. You weren't prepared for that, but now you heard the message. You will be, okay? You will be prepared for that. If it's less than 5, we can take it. It is 5, so it's a mini message. Guys, we're gonna be here all fucking day. 7 of Fire, 7 of Wands, defensive energy, 4 of Pentacles, fearful, greedy energy potentially. 3 of Swords, the betrayal, the lie, okay, very painful. And the Sun, brightening up everything in this little mini 5-card read that we've seen so far. Inner child, look at that beautiful childlike innocence with all of the power of the Sun. Nothing is more powerful in our skies, in our world, than our sun, okay? And that's what's coming in for you here. And finally, 5th card, the 8 of Cups. Okay, my Spirit Quest card. So it's no joke sometimes when we realize what we've been through, or maybe the situation we're in, who's around us. It's no joke sometimes to realize that we are not where we are meant to be, okay? It's like waking up or getting caught unawares and being like, oh, fuck, you know, like in the original Rider Waite, 7 of Fire, he's like got 2 different shoes on, and one's not even a shoe, one's like a sock boot thing, and he is like in his pajamas and he's got his wand out, okay? I love this one because in the underrealm, some human, you know, showed up and all of a sudden they have like flames underwater. He's just like shocked, but on many levels, because he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand where these people came from, why he's seeing them. It's like, what the fuck is this? You know, not to mention how is flame going underwater. It's like over processing in the system, and that can shut us down really, really quickly. Okay, so 4 of Pentacles, that's that energy. Yep, 4 of Pentacles energy can look greedy. A lot of people are stuck in some stanky ass energy. And really on a deep or high frequency level, we are compassionate because we understand how easy it is to become this kind of fearful or this kind of shut down. This is minor arcana, okay? This is stuff we all deal with. 3 of Swords in the center. It's not a joke. People stab us. We stab people. Hopefully not anymore, or we don't do this kind of thing on purpose. But this is the pain in the heart space and the wounding. And with our 7 of Cups being our central energy, I feel like this whole 5-card spread is for this clarity, because it's understandable, but it's not acceptable. And moving forward, it's really easy to tell which of these cups are meant for you if you're in alignment. Okay, it's like you can't be tempted by some, you know, bullshit here, whatever that, in whatever arena that comes to you. You know, we're always being tempted and distracted into overconsumption or things that aren't even good for us, right? So there's a lot of pain when we get into, you know, understanding things on this level, and that's okay, because then we get the Sun card, thank God. The inner child, or the innocent, you know, high frequency even, so the higher self or the inner child can process this kind of pain for you really easily. And when a child loves their parent, they love them through the flaws, right? They love them, and not just because they need them to survive, but because that's how pure and beautiful and loving and forgiving the energy of a child is, right? It's like, you might not have been the perfect parent, but like, know that your child forgives you for those, you know, for who that applies to. And that might be your own inner child wounding that needs to do some work. So take the message. Finally, the 8 of Cups. All of this understanding creates a beautiful clarity, which is the Sun energy, clarity, shining light into dark places where things hadn't been seen before. And because of that, 8 of Cups is a beautiful energy. As a Pisces, I love the energy of the 8 of Cups, because even though it's Saturn in Pisces, so it can get disciplinary, dark, look how shadowy that plane of existence seems to be. And even our 8 of Cups here, very shadowy, those energies. Be disciplined enough to really know, even though it's been hard and it's been, you know, you've had a lot of betrayals, that you do forgive others and yourself, and you are willing to align to your spirit now, even though your physical Your energy levels, your mental and emotional might be really tapped out by all the betrayals and everything that you've been through recently or like a lifetime. You're going to align now to your purest, you know, highest, strongest self, and that is the inner child. You can get there through that type of energy. Okay, we're going to put that back into the deck and keep shuffling to get the rest of our reading. Okay, little mini read coming out for us. If we get more than 5 cards, we just put it right back in the deck. But when and if we get less than 5 cards, we take them for the reading. But when we get 5 cards, that is a message in and of itself. Okay, so much for this being a quick one today, my loves. At least we got it started early enough that we still got some light. Okay, 4th card out. Major Arcana 19. Looks a little familiar, don't it? No surprise there. And 5th card out. The 8 of Cups. Okay, my babies. So, do you notice that we only dropped the shitty cards? We only dropped the cards with the pain, the wound, and every single one of them was pain and wounding. Okay, so here we go. From the 7 of Cups, the only card we've seen that's even remotely challenging, or I mean everything can be challenging, I'm not going to say that, but stanky energy centrally. It's a little bit tempting. Devil gets up in there and puts 2, you know, you had 5 cups from your guides, from your angels, from your spirit, and then the devil came and put 2 in there. So you're like, wait, and he started doing the cup moving trick, and you're like, wait, and you're trying to keep an eye on the one you want. You're like, oh fuck, don't let the mind take over. Okay, the inner child, the healing. It's so beautiful to see the Sun card energy out here because it could not be, it's the most positive card in all of tarot. It's the most beautiful. It's the best sign. So on either side of our central energy, that stanky 7 of Cups, someone trying to tempt you off your game, the way that they always have, we have the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune on either side. Okay, if you don't know tarot, you don't know how powerful that alignment is, but it's big. It's a lucky break. It's an opportunity. It's many opportunities for some of us. It's just the one for others, okay? Just the one. You just need the one fucking thing. And that's really beautiful because 5th and final card out before we clarify, the 8 of Cups. So from the 7 to the 8, if you don't see the progress, there it is. 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, bang. You made your choice. You grabbed your shit. And you're off, okay? You left 8 full cups that you established. And some of these cups you worked really hard to fill, okay? And you're leaving every single one of them behind and you're off on your next adventure. And that's what that is. Whether you're doing it in the mental, the physical, or the spirit, mind, body, spirit kind of energy, okay? You're brave, you're courageous, you're not distracted. You're very that self-discipline coming up here. And knowing that you are protected, excuse me, you cannot be tempted. Tempted is usually through fear and distortion. And when you, who's getting to you? Who's going through that dragon to get to you? I don't think so. Not today, Bobo. Who's gonna make it through all that fire? Okay, I don't think so. not today, you are not. So they can only get to you, the energies that want to take you off of where you're going, where you're meant to be. They can only get to you if you allow weakness, okay? And if you don't actively align to your God, your guides, your angels, your protectors, your guardians, all of the goodness that's there for you. So a lot of energy to be called in the earth element. We can use this to get grounded and meditate and really sit in silence within, so that when the time is right, we push the button and sure do. Just won yourself $1 million, baby. Okay, wheel is spinning, wheel is spinning. You have to put your chips down, or you have to be the one to hit the buzzer. Okay, and that's that energy. So we get real silent and real still. Like you see in all these cool movies and stuff, all of a sudden time slows down and they get the, and then bam, they react. Ah, beautiful energy coming through for the collective. So trust yourself. You are ready for this. You are capable. The temptation, the triggering, the distraction is minor arcana compared to these guys. No, compared to you right now, brave and in tune and aligned to your truth and who you are and what you really desire, knowing that Big Mama Universe and Big Daddy Creator, they got your back, okay? In this thing, because you are co-creating with them, for them, okay? First clarifier, and the only one that fell out under the Death card, if you remember our first card out, was the Death card. We are clarifying with the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Fire. Quick movement, okay? It's gonna be a quick transformation, making quick decisions. You remember at the end here we had the 8, and now even though this is our clarifier, we're starting with the 8. So 8 is about power. It's about alchemy and magic. It's about as above, so below, as within, so without. It's the unified consciousness field. Okay, so using some big, all the major arcana you can look at for this reading as spirit energy. You can look at it as big energy, the biggest energy, and, you know, to be the explanation, the underworld of that, the clarity of that being a card of power, of fire. Okay, so it's not a joke that you are protected. It is not a joke that things are coming towards you. You are attracting the things you need, including safe spaces, resources like light, love, attention. For some of us, the money is based on attention. Hi, YouTube. Please make sure you like the video. It does help circulate it to others, okay? There's an energy. We've been watching a lot of Corinne Allure. If you're not following the EBINOTTI Facebook page, do. I share so much fun stuff there. Corinne Allure, she came from a background of finance, okay? So she talks about it like this. She says, closed mouths, don't get fed. Open your damn mouth. Say what you want with all of the innocence, purity, and bravery of the inner child, okay? And watch how quickly energy moves towards you. For a lot of us, this movement, it's like volcanic eruption there. I love it. This movement, this transformation, releasing and accepting is already going on. So we are solidifying that and we are sharing that to the best of our ability with the collective, our collective, as well as the collective spiritually. When we meditate or when we intentionally, when we intend that energy to go out, it does, okay? Tell me that's not it. I was like, if that's another 5-card spread, folks. It's not. Okay. Second clarifier, the King of Pentacles. Oh boy, under the Wheel of Fortune, my friends. Do you see it? I'm not kidding about like winning the lottery and getting like, you know, winning the $1 million. The old game show energy with the Wheel of Fortune literally being a game show from like the 90s, 80s even. I used to watch it with my great grandmother. You know, so a lot of fun and excitement, but we don't want to be on a game show like Wipeout where we're like getting beat up and like humiliated, fear factor just for 50 grand. It's like, that is not King of Pentacles energy or wealth status, okay? This is the type of wealth status where the money is worth the humility, or humiliation, the beating, the whatever it is that you're taking, and only in the way that you would allow this to go down with your child. Okay, so, you know, sometimes you got to let the kid learn on their own the hard way. And, you know, that's how you teach them instead of trying to protect them all the time. So you don't have to be fearful. You can take the risk, etc., that you're being called to take right now. But you have to have this kind of faithful alignment, right? So use the inner child for that, where they just assume shit's possible. Miracles. They expect miracles and they accept opportunities, okay? So that's how we release that energy or activate it, whichever we need to do in that arena. We've got all the rest of our cards here, so let's see. I can't see any of them. Central energy, the Fool card, major arcana 0. So look at that, clarifying the 7 of Cups. That's how we can see clearly when things emotionally are confusing. We can mentally release fear. We can use the mind to logic through why we're fearful. You know, you have to accept that you are afraid, you are not sure. You have to tune into yourself or your guardians, your angels, whatever, and get that clarity. But the Fool is all about the fearlessness, okay? It's like a little crazy because nothing is certain and it's almost foolish. And there's a little bit of delusional energy behind the Fool if it goes shadow, but everything in the upright position is like completely faith related. So it's based in faith, it's based in trust. Once it sets the intention and aligns to it, this type of energy is not fearful. It just moves. It just moves. As pure and innocent as the inner child, with as much frequency and wisdom as the higher self. Like, it's a really powerful energy coming in for us, and I like that. Oh, we just had one fall off the bottom. Okay, next card out, clarifying in our 4th row, the Knight of Cups, going to be under the sun. Oh, beautiful, guardians. Oh, and we see the 3 of Swords again coming out under the 8 of Cups. I want to see the card that fell. Our bottom of the deck wants to be seen right away, the 4 of Cups. No surprise there. And under the 4 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles. Again, the 8s are really popular energy right now in this reading. So 8 of Pentacles is 8 of Earth, baby. Let's talk about power. Talking about manifestation, mastery, alchemy, magic, real work, our wealth, the money we make when we do you know, use our skills and go to work and etc. And you know, with 4 of Cups being on the bottom, things aren't good. You see, he's drinking. He's got his 3 cups. This is a cup from spirit. This is a cup you actually desire. And he's all up in his own shit right now with discontentment. He ain't even looking over there. Okay, so there's an energy of do not get bitter and confused. Also, if you are, you know, doing anything that affects the physical body, you really want to keep things in alignment as best as you can, because if something calls, you want to be like capable of answering, accepting opportunities, right? So doing our best subconsciously right now to keep things, at least so that we can see clearly. Yikes. Okay, under the Sun card in our 4th row out, look at that beautiful energy of the Knight of Cups as like guardian coming in, filling the cup, pouring the cup. Like the Knights, the way I read it, the Knights don't always come in as messengers or other people. It's usually a warrior energy within you that you're activating or you're using. But this feels a lot like somebody bringing in the sunshine, okay? As the clarifier of the Sun card, it's like really bringing something in, or it could be you bringing it up from the subconscious. But I do believe that this is divinely guided. I believe that this is from spirit, from creator, masculine. Okay, sun code activations, nature could be giving it to you. There's a masculine energy here really pouring into your cup and filling it up, so that you have the, again, the discipline, the alignment, the ability to see clearly what is for you and what is not. And the 5th and final message, or row, sorry, clarifying the 8 of Cups, the 3 of Swords. 8 of Cups is usually a really beautiful energy, and look at that. Look at how sad. So for some of us, really pivoting, we saw as our first energy the Death card. So look, okay, the pivot for some of us is because we finally activated a truth within us that is very powerful. And that means that, look at how all the colors are so sad and the rest of it is so bright and beautiful. So we've really activated some power within us that has put an ending to some of the types of situations that we have gotten ourselves into, the relationships we've been in with others. That's work, friends, family, and lovers. So doing a lot with the heart space here, and because of this shifting, we won't be going back. So this is a final descent, if you will, a final in the moonlight, no less. She's under that moonlight energy here. So we are fully aligning to a truth. And because of that truth, we're making a big change, okay? The Death card is the natural cycle of change. If you think the caterpillar to the butterfly, a caterpillar doesn't get to stay a caterpillar, okay? You don't just get to choose. But at the same time, you do choose to walk away, okay? The transformation that happened, you didn't choose, but because you are transformed, you're making some pretty big choices and healing the heart space once and for all. Aligning to your spiritual life path once and for all. Doesn't mean that, you know, this is the beginning and the end of anything. This is just the beginning of many wonderful things to come, okay? So there's a lot of really powerful and wonderful energy out here in so many different ways. The collective is doing it their way on their timeline, and we love that. For us, for you, for the we of it all. With all the eights out here, we have to keep this in the we, okay? Because if as above, so below, where is he? There he is. With as above, look how above he is, right? With as above, so below, it's also as within, so without. That means if it's me, it's you. So we need to support the energy. And if you don't want a we situation in your life, now's the time, right? Some might call you foolish. You might think yourself foolish, but the alignment is real and you trust and you know that. And you do have the bravery and the discipline to achieve that goal, to align to that thing, to activate that power, to become that new thing. That's why we travel the path, is to become. Okay, so making sure that we don't get too stuck, bottom of the deck here, making sure we don't get too stuck in any type of energy where it's like what we're mastering in the earthly realm is, you know, broken and bitter energy. You don't want to build off of broken or bitter. You want to heal. So use mastery and all of your skills and resources to pour into your cups so that you can finally release some of the pain and accept the opportunity coming in for you. For some of you, it's one big opportunity and you don't want to miss it, okay? So if you're feeling really like you need some healing, using the energy that you would to nurture a child, okay, and nurture and protect and give so that they have happiness, get to know your own inner child that way, especially if your own inner child was never given that from another. A lot of really amazing parents are really amazing parents because they didn't have amazing parents themselves, okay? So they know what not to do and they just do their best to figure out what to do. So we really are in adventure mode here. They go like that. They really are in adventure mode here, trying to figure out what to do, and the messages are incoming. We saw the Eight of Wands to start us off with death. It's like the Grim Reaper, the death card. He busy, okay? He's always on the move. He's always traveling. Like, he's cloaked up and you don't see him, but he's working and he's moving. So expect, you know, if you haven't got the volcanic eruption, most of us have. If you haven't, like, expect that level of messages, and or at least that's how quickly the wheel spins. Just like that, it starts spinning. Okay, and you want to be the one to be like, I don't know when to push the button. I don't know when to say, I don't know. Just be fearless. Just be faithful. Lean into the healing and the alignment that your inner child is calling, and you are going to be just fine. Final message. The divine masculine energy here is offering healing. So you can take that from, you know, creator, father, or God. You can take this from physical people. Your own masculine energy can guide you to what you need to do, but we are pouring here from the masculine into the feminine and giving that structure, that protection, that safe zone. So if that doesn't feel collaborative in the real world with you right now, that's okay. You can do that within yourself, but align to some kind of masculine energy, be it nature, animal, your own energy, or God, creator energy. There's Mama Universe and Father Creator, okay? And that creates God, which is the place that we were all born in what we have to work with. So we're working with what we got, okay? That's it. We're going to leave that one right there. Thank you so much for being here today and working with the earth element with the rest of us. Under this new moon Aquarius, we have one more elemental to get up, and that is water. All the rest are up on the channel, so make sure you check those out if you are called to do so. I need to go clear my mental space. So I love you so much, and I will see you in your next reading.